So Assassin's Creed Shadows is being released, and it might be the last Assassin's Creed game we ever receive. So I decided to take a look back at some of the forgotten spin-off games from the series, and I'm not talking about a DLC or those atrocious phone games.
Ugh. Brother, ugh.
But full-blown releases. Now the first Assassin to get a spin-off, it was actually Altair, and he got not one but two spin-offs, and the first one being on the DS. And I'm not gonna sugarcoat it, this game sucks. And all comes down to the controls. It's simultaneously sluggish and slippery at the same time. It's like walking on icy mud. And the story is not much better as Altair embarks on a quest to find the Grail.
You chose wisely.
Which, surprise, surprise, turns out to be a woman instead and not an actual cup.
I said I am a woman. What?
It's completely nonsensical and it's not worth your time. I suggest skipping this one. Altair's second spin-off is on the PSP and is an altogether different story, as not only does it play as a 3D Assassin's Creed game, it actually expands Altair's lore. The only problem playing this game is that it's on the PSP and the camera controls are absolute doo-doo garbage and get a lot of getting used to, but ultimately it's a pretty fun experience. But let's be honest, the only reason you're here playing this game is for the lore. And as far as the overarching story, you do get to run around and stab Templars in the face, but the subplot focuses on a chick named Maria who wants to stab Altair in the face, because she's a Templar herself. But this man Altair has infinite riz, because all he gotta do is apply the smolder. And bing bada boom, they're married and got 3 kids. Like, damn, that amount of whiplash is gonna make my head spin. Alright, let's move on to Ezio, because he also got his own spin-off game on the DS. And it's actually pretty fun as well, because it's a 2D platformer with Assassin's Creed mechanics. And this game makes me laugh, because the first mission is to prevent Christopher Columbus from getting stabbed in the face for being a dumbass. But the main story is Ezio traveling to Spain because the Spanish assassins are being persecuted by the Spanish Inquisition. And, well, Tomás de Torquemada has gotta die. Simple as that.
The Inquisition, what a show. The Inquisition, here we go. We know you're wishing that we'd go away, but the Inquisition's here and it's here to stay.
Alright, next up is Assassin's Creed Liberation, and this one is difficult for me to talk about because I simultaneously like and hate this game. First, let's talk about the good stuff. The game plays just like Assassin's Creed 3. In fact, you even get to meet Connor's big ass in the game. I will admit that this game comes the closest to playing like a real Assassin's Creed game, even though it was released on the most underappreciated console of all time, RIP the Vita. So now it's time to crap all over this game. First off, it takes place in Louisiana, and I will freely admit that this is personal, but I absolutely despise Louisiana. It's nothing but a big ass swamp filled with alligators. Second, it takes place during the 7 Years' War and War for Independence, which sounds cool, but the only problem is that it takes place in Louisiana. And if you know anything about history, you would know that Louisiana was not affected by either of these wars. So, what was the point?
Oh my, jewelry! I wonder what I'll get for showing this. The rules of this city are very unclear.
And third, the story just sucks because it focuses on Evelyn finding her long-lost mom while fighting her Templar stepmom, and yes, it is as lame as it sounds.
Dude, what the hell are you doing?
She was panicking. I had to slap some sense into her.
Oh shit, Takashi, you called it. She's panicking. Better slap her again.
Good idea.
What?
And finally, we come to the trilogy of games called AC Chronicles. And first up, we've got China. This game is a 2D action platformer and focuses on Xiao Jun. At first, she travels to get mentored by Ezio, who dies sitting on a bench at 65 when this bastard lives to be 120 sitting in a cave. Anyway, Xiao Jun's story focuses on revenge. And while she's away, all of her homies get murdered, so the whole game is her getting her get back while looking for a magic box. Oh, and also they got Mongols attacking China in the background.
Did you see those Huns? They popped out of the snow like daisies!
The second game takes place in India and follows Arbazmir. And I'm not gonna lie, I butchered the hell out of that man's name. But hopefully I make up for it, because this man is charismatic as hell. In fact, this man seduces a whole-ass princess.
Kill you now, slicing your throat, or plunging my blade deep into your heart.
Take my heart. It belongs to you anyway.
Do you always have to have a line at the ready?
Really? I probably haven't searched you thoroughly enough.
Maybe you should search me now.
But while this man was getting freaky, the Templars pull off a heist and steal a big-ass diamond, which to no one's surprise turns out to be a magical artifact. And the whole game is basically a game of hot potato as the assassins and Templars keep stealing the diamond from each other. Meanwhile, the British East India Trading Company is trying to conquer India, and if the Pirates of the Caribbean movies have taught me anything, it's that they're the bad guys.
It's just good business.
And finally, we've got Russia, and I'm not gonna lie, I find this one to be the most fascinating because it's the most revisionist history I've seen so far. The game focuses on Nikolai Orlov, who witnesses the massacre of the Romanov family, but manages to save Anastasia. Bro, the repercussions of this are insane. Anyway, the whole game is Nikolai protecting Anastasia from the Templars and the Red Army, who are all trying to shoot her in the face. Eventually, he manages to get her to the assassins, who immediately try to perform Resident Evil experiments on her, so Nikolai betrays the assassins to save Anastasia, which culminates in him fighting a tank.
Where's the tank?
Thank you.
Honestly, all of these games are pretty fun. I'm not gonna lie, go play them, go try them. Probably will be better than Assassin's Creed Shadows anyway. Okay, bye!